just not children.
Is your life that lonely, kid? There's neo-Nazis in your group. Yeah, hold on. There's neo-Nazis in your group that's willing to exterminate my race, also other people of color, also gay people, also every other minority. There's other neo-Nazis in your group. So you should disavow them. You should disavow the neo-Nazis in your group. They're in there. One guy, he just got a cigarro. He just literally got a cigarro.
Okay, bro, you're picking it out.
What happened? I thought I was supposed to tell you what I don't like about this thing.
Right now, give you some perspective. If you're only looking at picking it out, they're saying Trump didn't disavow them. He did disavow that. He said it multiple times, over and over again. They said yes, and the whole thing with like Biden and the ideas, that's all being twisted. But what he actually said,
Ben Shapiro? Yeah, Ben Shapiro. Yeah, you're a cuck too.
So they said that there are good people on both sides, not the neo-Nazis or the white nationalists specifically. He said, but not them. We condemn them. That's what he said.
Okay, so why is his policies favor neo-Nazis? Why do you think neo-Nazis like Trump?
Because neo-Nazis probably just want to have freedom to do whatever the hell that they want.
Freedom to exterminate all brown people?
No.
That's what the neo-Nazis want.
Well, yeah, who the hell wants that?
People in your group.
No, see, that's your problem. You're pointing a finger saying those people are neo-Nazis, so therefore everybody is. You got to base your ideas off of the individual's character, not what group they are made a part of. That you don't want them to do that to you.
Okay, so
right?
if I'm in a gang, I don't need to be prosecuted as a gang member, right? Since you said, don't associate them with that people, right?
If it's a violent gang,
right.
If it's a violent
and what
gang,
happened in Charlottesville?
Stop believing the lies.
Yes, dude,
I
that's
used
really
to be a
good.
Democrat.
So Charlottesville, that protesters that we murdered, that's a lie?
Have radicalists
Until I got smart.
individual thought like
Until I got
that's
smart.
the difference. When you're radicalized, you don't actually sit down and talk and have a
I
discussion.
had a discussion with one of your members right there.
Don't be so radical. Stop being radical. Don't be so radical.
But what we don't have agreement on is dividing each other by race and class.
No, I agree with you. You don't need to do that. Yeah, and you don't need to, like, that's what I'm saying. And when I talk to anybody on the left, they always blame it on race and bigotry. And if that's all you're looking for, you're going to find it. Just like if you're looking to buy a new car and you're looking for a Volkswagen, you're going to see Volkswagens everywhere. It's the law of attraction. If that's what you're thinking about all the time, that's
Where are all those commie kids?
Right here.
If you're looking at the...
What are you doing?
If you're looking at the...
I'm
Don't you know you have to go home and get your vegan
If you're not
snack?
having that individual thought, that's what we all want.
Mama's gonna make you a smoothie too.
And not to be called bigots and racists when you're
But he just literally made a bigot and racist statement right now.
I don't know him.
But
Again,
what you just
I don't know. I
What
don't
you
know
just
him.
about him?
How is that racist, son?
You just said go back home to your mommy and then what?
That's right. I said go back to your mom and she's gonna make you a vegan snack and make you a smoothie too and tuck you in for a little nap.
Why are you guys even wasting
There
this time?
is no racism in there.
Nice pants.
Thank you.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Understand that. You can't classify everybody in their groups. They're not all the same.
Turn your back on him, dude. Don't be checking my stuff out when I turn around, though. Trump is your daddy. Don't engage. Don't engage.
It's like, you know, it's like, that's why they want to argue. They don't do it.
You got 1,100
Piss them off more.
A lot of people.
Don't let them get it.
So nice to see you here. Come on. Hooray! 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 Trump 2020! 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 Trump 2020!
all the great things out of Nashville in the last 30 years. This next guy's also from Nashville. He wrote this song way back when. The performer, the writer of this song.
We need reparations.
What's your name?
Kira Ennis.
Hello, everybody. Can we have a group picture, please? Please come to the steps, and we have a group picture. Please come to the steps, and we will have a group picture.
Come on.
Come on. Go to Arthur. Go to Arthur. Mandatory. So it's a must.
Hey, Mama Sita.
Must. Come on, everybody.
Group picture.
Group pictures. Group pictures.
Where's Andy?
Yeah, go to the steps. Go group pictures. Go to the steps, please. Yeah, yes, please, everybody. Hello. Let's take a group picture. Everyone. Everyone, take a group picture. Everybody, please. Okay, everybody, please. Go to the steps. Let's take a group picture. Mandatory, please. The photo is mandatory. Everyone to the steps now. No one gets out of the photo. It's mandatory.
The group is taking like a group photo. No. The speaker is saying that being in the photo is mandatory. Obviously kidding. But
Everyone, please.
Yeah, you would know more than I
Go
would.
to the steps. Yep.
I know she's
On the steps. Thank you, everybody. 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 Thank you. God bless you. Okay, are we ready?
Everybody calm down, calm down. Calm down, guys, calm down. You all right, buddy?
Whoa, calm down there, man.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Please, Trevor, don't do that.
Would you disavow him because he touched me?
I don't agree with touching
No,
anybody.
disavow him right now.
I disavow touching anybody.
Perfect.
That's it. I disavow touching anybody. You see what your crew did to me? Antifa did this to me earlier today because I was asking them a question.
Go ahead.
So
what is it that you guys...
I'm trying to protest people wanting to deport my loved ones and my family and people who look like me.
So the ones that are legal or
Undocumented.
Do you think that, do you agree with them jumping the line?
Call nice on this one.
I'm not saying that it's not right. Do you agree with that? So many people jump across the border. Do you think that it is right to jump across the border though?
I don't believe in any borders.
You don't believe in borders? No. So how do you determine a country?
We're all one humankind.
Nobody cares who you
I believe that and I agree with that. We all are one human, doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter where you're from, I agree with that. What I don't agree with though is people breaking the law of the land. Okay? So each country has a law of the land, right? If we were trying to go into any other country the same way that they're entering our country, we would be tried, held, and put in prison. What is the difference in them respecting that law as opposed to us respecting that law?
I'm from Soviet. I'm from Soviet. I was 20 years and 40 years here. I'm your father. You like to find out?
No, I would not.
I have two stupid kids, 48 and 43. Maybe you will help me to cure them out.
Or to this
No, it's okay. It's
I'm having
okay.
an interview.
Hey, I love when people talk. Yeah.
Then let us continue our
It's okay.
conversation.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure.
So you said you're against borders in general. So are you for then other people migrating from other countries that are saying like
Everything's
terrorists
fine.
and things like that? If we didn't have borders,
Everything's
how would we
good.
protect our
Quiet.
I think a better way instead of dividing each other would be instead of intervening in these different countries through war, through profiting, through oil, and horrible other right-wing militias that we ourselves, our government funds, we should not do that. Instead, we should try and not be so much of a war hawks that have rarely unintended consequences and have a lot of people pouring in to different parts of the world.
So, but my question was about the borders. How are we
Again, I'm
supposed
against borders.
No, but how are we supposed to protect our people or us as a nation?
Yours,
if
you
we're
can
allowing,
be killed.
So if we have open borders, that means terrorists.
Everyone, you can be killed. I can be killed.
Hold on. So if you allow open borders, terrorists can come in openly and destroy our country from within. Right now, we can get bombed if there was an open border. We have more of a chance not to because of the border. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, which is why I agree with having borders right now, but I think in a utopian or a better ideal society, we would have no borders.
In a perfect world, dude, that's what we pray for every day. That God comes down and makes that happen to where we don't have to worry about borders.
Well, listen,
but
I
the,
agree with you there.
but the reality of life is we do need it to protect us as a nation and us as a people, just like they have to do for themselves as well as a people and a nation, so we can have a future as humanity. You have to do that because there is evil regardless of where you go in the world. You see what I'm saying? So if you do open borders, that evil is more susceptible to get in and destroy the good. So that's the whole reason behind that. Would you agree with that?
I really don't like the framing, and another people on my side wouldn't like that framing either, but I'm gonna say yes.
But it's just.
But it's an honest, sincere, logical question to think about it.
Yeah.
It's not how you frame it.
Is
It's
this
just the truth. It's just a simple, logical question to ask yourself. If we had open borders, would we be more susceptible to terrorist attacks and our people getting hurt? Would our future be in jeopardy?
Be invaded.
And it would be. In all honesty, it would be. In all honesty, it would be. And that's the point. That's the whole reason is to have the borders, to have people to come in. We're not stopping people from coming in. We want people to come in.
No, I'm not gonna let you get away with that one.
Okay,
So there's right-wing paramilitaries that are working with border patrol that are illegally detaining and kidnapping undocumented immigrants. That's literally people stopping immigration.
Stopping immigration, but it's illegal immigration. They're breaking the law. That's the thing.
So these people from Honduras come here looking for a better life because our government in the 80s overthrew their democratically elected government, put a bunch of right-wing death squads that destroyed their civil infrastructure, and then MS-13, which started here in America, was deported to Honduras. So these people are escaping violence. These people are escaping horrible atrocities that's going on. So this is a human empathy. These people should not be treated as illegal humans because no human is illegal.
Absolutely. Listen, so no human, nobody as a human being
should have to go through that. Absolutely.
Right.
We got the Trump tax that wants to make America great again.
It happens because the elites want it to happen, which is why I say, which is why I say, instead of dividing each other by class and race, we should come together and overthrow the elites, overthrow horrible, unjust hierarchies like private prisons, like the military industrial complex. And these things play a larger role than what we imagine.
No, and you're 100% accurate on that. 100%. The thing is that Trump now is trying to kick out the banks of the United States. He's trying to take care of our border and put us first, because if we continue to let people come in, right? Our economy is going to go completely down. It's already going, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
it's already getting hurt right now.
The Koch brothers would really love that.
No, but the thing is, he's trying to fix it. So if you continue to let the illegal immigrants come, our economy is going to continue to go down because we have to continue to fund that. If we put a stop to it at the moment, collect ourselves, get what we need to do, then we can be able to help other people out. But damn, I just lost my train of thought. But we wouldn't. What was I saying? Our economy would be going down. We wouldn't be able to, we can't make, if we can't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of other people, right? So going down to Honduras and helping them out and overthrow that government.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
So then,
I'm saying
we can't take the whole world into here.
I'm saying we should not be so war hawkish and go into these different countries. Right now, we're engaged in 6 different countries around the world. Our military is in Iraq, is in parts of Africa, and in other parts of the world. They are upsetting this immigration flow because they bomb children, because we're having a humanitarian crisis in Yemen that we play a part in because we fund Saudi Arabia and we give them weapons. They go ahead and bomb the Yemenis and create the horrible refugee. And I agree with you. I agree with you. Elites on both sides. So we should come together and overthrow these elites.
You know what? In all honesty, I feel you on that. Like, I respect that, but that's what we want to open people's eyes is that Trump is not part of that.
No, he is part of that.
He's not?
No, he is part of that.
No, he
is though.
He's not. He's used to clean up the deep state.
No,
that's why he got elected.
no. he used that as a platform to, say, hey, I'm going to drain the swamp. Hey, I'm going to put America first. But he's just another lying crook like all of them else.
But he is though.
No, he's another elite.
Brainwashed to believe that because the media has
I don't trust CNN either.
Well, you can't trust any of the media.
So what news is going
You have to go to whatever, like their documents, like the Mueller report. Did you read the
Yes, I
Mueller
did read
report?
the report.
Okay, just know there was only 6% redactions. Most of it was smear because the prosecutor it's not his job.
1 second.
To decide. People have to exonerate themselves. They're presumed innocent, and from the beginning, Trump was never presumed innocent. From the very beginning, 4 years before he even ran, Team Obama had spies, had independent contractors spying on the Trump organization. This was deeply embedded in the government, an animus towards Trump. And the whole media ran with whatever was leaked.
I agree with her saying the media is against Trump, like a shit show. I agree with that.
So would you agree that his policies, though, since we have the lowest unemployment rate for blacks, Hispanics, and all across the board in our nation?
No, I don't agree.
That's a fact. We have the lowest unemployment rate in history for the United States right now.
Okay. Yeah, most of
the economy.
Right, but most of those new jobs created are contractor jobs. So like Uber, what's another contractor? Uber, Postmates, all these jobs are shit jobs that do not allow any benefits for the workers, so they're raping the workers even harder than a regular job.
Okay, guys, listen. I'm from Soviet 30 years and I live 40 years. I'm top pro in educational, hands-on, social life, pro ballroom, whatever, okay? You can learn from me and get the good value. I help a lot of people. Since I have this experience, I left my kids 22 years ago, 38 and 43. They billionaires. And I have just right now my 2-year-old grandson. I gave to my kids education before I left Canada. I see you very bright guy. So, and the problem is that people don't talk right now. So I believe the way I hear you talk, you have some brain to discuss. I promise to you, if you will justify that you're right, I will quit Trump and I will follow anybody you love. Would you agree to do the same thing with me?
I would love to.
You okay? So then, I can give you my number, my cell phone down. Write my cell phone number. I'm at you antifa guys. We're not here. We're not here to fight. I am here. I cannot afford to go back to Soviet. It's lot of things we can discuss. It's not the place for debate. Okay? So it's why I want to provide training experience. I never worked even in Soviets. I was 5 years before.
Yeah, you were good with the four-letter word, but there's two four-letter words you don't know anything about. That's S-O-N-T and W-R-R-K. Get out of the street! Get out of the street!
Everybody, the Huntington Beach Police Department has been very kind to us.
That's why Donald Trump is our young president. You will election all you want, but you still young president. Still young president. Still young president. That's all you got. That's that. Don't get a job and actually
So can you call me deplorable? Can you call me racist? Can you call me Islamophobe? I just love and I promise you, let's just get together. I will invite you to my nice place. I'm living in China. I'm putting right now people like you, like Brandon, from move away. So we can kill and help other people. People don't see tomorrow. We don't know. You can be on one side of the barricade and another. If my kids on another side of barricade, should I fight my kids? Or I should go on their side?
Thank you for listening. They wanted to leave.
Yeah,
That's
it's all
why
about
the police wanted to kind of back up.
I appreciate it. Just thank you. I can't express to my heart, you know, when I see people that we can do. So, guys, my cell phone number, 650-336-4886.
I'm not giving out my cell phone number.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
You afraid of problem?
I like you because they might choke on you. They might.
My problem is that young girls, even if I'm 71, they still chase me. This is my problem. If I have the same, okay? So are you afraid also that girls will chase you if you will give your cell phone?
Not on TV.
You're afraid?
Not on video.
Are you afraid?
I'll give it to you personally.
Can I ask you quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, then text me. Text me with your number.
I'm interested to know how we got from toward the beginning of this. There was kind of a lot of conflict. People were kind of on the other sides of the street. And now there's sort of a dialogue kind of going on.
Right.
Like, is that something that's kind of important or valuable? Do you think that can kind of?
I think it was very valuable because a couple people came in here and shook my hand because they were saying, thanks for listening. And I think we should listen to them, but we should attack them when they say really horrible, deplorable, racist things.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me.
If you don't mind, I've filmed your group kind of like a lot. I'd love to like, sort of hear from. I didn't get to do a whole lot of talking here.
No, go ahead.
I'd love to ask about what was sort of your opinion of what you actually saw out here? What was kind of the reason for coming out here to?
So the reason why I came out here was that because I have a couple of undocumented immigrants, myself and my family, and my loved ones and people that are my friends. They could not come here today and advocate on their own behalf. So I'm here for them.
How old are you? 21? My daughter 28.
It seems like one of the biggest issues is that there seems to be kind of a disagreement over what Trump represents. Both of you seem to, both sides I guess I should say, seem to want to stand against the elites and that sort of thing. But it seems like there's a disagreement over whether Donald Trump is that. What is kind of your perception of Donald Trump as it stands for the working class?
Can you tell me from our, I'm sorry.
Yes, I'd love like you to say.
From our Trump people, I guarantee you it's like 100% people, at least they love people and they understand what supports them. It's our opinion. My question to you, as you know Antifa and Black Lives Matter, how many people can talk like you in common sense to share opinion between each other?
I'll come back. There's some
Antifa hoes. This is Antifa hoes right at his finest. Entertaining. There you go. Fuck Antifa. Fuck Antifa hoes. That's Hillary Clinton's abortion. That's Hillary Clinton's abortion.
Please go home.
Will you marry me? Sorry, baby. Oh my God. She got Trump titties. Fuck Trump, bitch. She's trying to walk away. She's trying to dominate the
Dance for Trump. There you go.
There you go, dance for daddy. There you go, he likes that. There you go. There you go, anti-ho. Dance for daddy, Trump, ho. If I have daddies, I'll throw them.
Trump like you couldn't give it away.
Oh.
USA!
Anybody got loose change with his hoe?
No matter what. Yeah, girl.
All right, can you hear me now? Everybody, please. Our time here is up to 4 p.m. Okay, so everybody, please. Everybody, please, so that the police can go home. Okay? The police has been very, very, very kind to protect us. So please, let us all go home so that.
Takes a picture. It's okay, takes a picture. I will talk with your boss.
a question now. And
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so like I was saying before, it seems like your disagreement was really about whether Trump actually sort of stands for the working class. Because that's what he kind of ran on. But there's a question of, is he actually helping?
Right.
So I'm interested to, I guess, hear your opinion on that and the intersection between that working class issue and the immigration issue.
Because these protesters believe that Trump is on their side. Trump is,
But of the people watching, there's some are kind of on this side, some are more like on your side. Especially to the people who might be watching who more agree with them, what would you sort of want them to know?
Again, we should come together to overthrow the elites. We should legit call full-on yellow vest riots, like in France, the left and right coming together and overthrowing horrible, unjust hierarchies.
Okay, all right, thanks.
No problem.
Come on. Go home. Everybody, please go No, let's go. The police want to go home.
Do a dab on her. Do a dab. Oh, you did a dab.
I want them to see me sign Okay, let's go home. Everybody go home. Okay, go home. The police wants to go
Trisha.
The main organizer is kind of asking people to leave. At this point, like, 3/4 of them have kind of have left or kind of going out the way. You can see that behind me, the police are on their horses are starting to head out. So it seems like, as most people are concerned, this is pretty much over. All of the antifa except for this one are all of the antifa except for this young lady are gone, and she's kind of just wearing this shirt that says "fuck Trump" and sort of trying to keep the issue going, the conflict going, or whatever. So she's doing this kind of like dance thing or whatever. But the woman who's asking everybody to leave is asking them to leave because the so this girl's kind of sort of like mocking them and somewhat trying to provoke the Trump people to do whatever they would do in response to that. Anyway, the woman who's saying for everybody to leave is on the Trump side, and she's asking people to leave because their permit has sort of expired, right? They had a permit for this event. The event has sort of officially ended. Most of the police have left, and so she's kind of saying, let's try not to keep the thing going, keep the police have to stay here longer than needed, that sort of thing. So at this point, it looks like it's pretty much dissipated. So I think with that, we have probably a wrap. Do you want to explain why you're out here? All right, well, whatever. So as you saw, this was a march specifically, it was a pro-Trump march, but it was specifically focused on the issue of so-called sanctuary cities, and they were referring to California as a sanctuary state. And so they were protesting on the basis of they believe that California is sort of unfairly or too generous to people who are in the country illegally. So basically they were protesting over that. They were protesting a few specific policies, but generally the concept of Sanctuary City, and of course they were chanting a whole lot of Trump 2020 and things like that. So at this point, everybody's pretty cleared out. Before I go, I just want to explain to people that we've got 2 more protests that are the reason that I'm here in California, in addition to the one that we all just saw. The first is that tomorrow there is supposed to be in Long Beach a white nationalist event that is supposed to have an antifa sort of community defense. So I will be out there to cover that. And then May Day is Wednesday, which is a sort of socialist holiday that tends to bring out left-wing protests as well. So I intend to be out there to film and sort of photograph that as well. As far as a summary of what happened here, at the beginning of this, there was the protest kind of on the Trump side that started here, and across the street, now empty obviously, but across the street there was a Antifa kind of counter demonstration, and toward the beginning that got sort of briefly violent. There was one individual who was sort of going up to the Antifa with like a camera and basically got his head smashed with like a pipe or something. And so he ended up with this big bulge. You'll be able to see it as we review the live stream and when I put out a summary after, sort of bleeding out of his head. And he ended up there were either 2 or 3 Antifa people who were arrested. It was a little hard to tell. I counted 3, but he said he only saw 2. In any event, a handful of Antifa people were arrested in that one moment. And actually at one point, a cop fell off of his horse entirely. After that, the Trump group went southbound and then went across the street to the Antifa side, came all the way back up, and sort of made this full circle around to here, which is where they concluded. So in the end, 0 arrests on the Trump side, 3 arrests on the Antifa side. I will check out the police report later. I'll have some HD footage up. I have pinned, there's a comment that I will pin that has the Patreon link. I would really appreciate your support. It's not free to travel to California and cover events like this. It's supported by people like you. So check out patreon.com/FordFisher, which is where you can support my work. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I will have some HD footage up I'll have some HD footage up later on this same Facebook page, so make sure that you're subscribed here. Thank you once again for watching.
Alright guys, that seems like that's it for the time being, so I'll be back in a couple hours. No, live PDs Friday and Saturday. At least it has been anyway. Let me double check just to make sure though. So give me just a second here. But it should be on tonight. But what do I know? But yeah, live PD's on tonight because we got 11 days of it in a row. I forgot. So it should be on tonight. So check back at 9. I'll go live for all that live PD stuff, and we'll take it from there. So take care, guys. Stay safe. Catch you soon.